इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना या इतना है जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Good afternoon, one and all. We welcome you to yet another informative and educative session of Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. Every day we try to provide you business information about a brand with their business model and financial model. And today, again, we attempt to provide you information about a business model. Franchise India, the brand which was established in 1999, representing different international and national brands and advising investors to get their franchisee right and correct from our side. We welcome our panel member, the management group of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maria and Sonia Chaudhary. Today, they'll be talking about the industry. They'll be sharing their views and advice to each one of us. We welcome both of you. So the brand of the day today is Servelder, the brand which comes from Delhi, brand which is known for its 24/7 dedicated nursing assistance and care provider for senior citizens. They are already present in cities like Delhi NCR, Mumbai, Pune, Patna, Lucknow, Varanasi, Chandigarh and Jaipur, and they are ready to expand their business with the rest of the country. Today, they are offering their master and unit franchisee model for each one of us. Their facts and figures talk about their history and their legacy. They enjoy 500 plus home visits with 500 plus nursing assistants, and they already have 2000 plus trained professionals. They enjoy the rating of 4.5 of customer. But before we formally invite Mr. Dharmender Kumar, who is the CEO at Servelder, we would like to play a small video to understand Servelder. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, Dheeraj. Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar and Mr. Paul, for joining us today. So over to you. You can share your screen for a formal PPT presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Should share the screen.
Mr. Paul, I can share a screen for you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Not this one. This one.
So allow me to share a
Last one.
screen for you. I'll just share a
Yeah.
screen for you. Sure.
Please.
Over to you.
Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to today's session. I am Dharmendra here. This company is incorporated to bridge the gap between quality medical assistance and the aging population. Parents and adult children may live thousands of miles away from one another, separated by different cities, states, or even countries. Often, the demands and pressure of providing care can result in caregiver burnout, a state of physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion. It occurs when family caregivers do not get the help they need and are trying to do more than they are able to. Servelda provides best-in-class services and various facilities which helps your elder to get the best care which they deserve. They have fully certified and experienced nurses and caregivers are available around the clock and provide medical and non-medical care. Servelda offer comfort, love, and medical attention. The expert team of members of Servelda understand the pattern and psychology of senior citizens. They are always available around the clock and provide both medical and non-medical services. Next slide, please. We are offering services to various bodies. We are in the B2B sector. We are in the B2C, B2B2C. Next slide, please. It's a service that provides services to various bodies. Yeah. So we are providing attendance services. We are giving elder care, physiotherapy, home care, nutrition services, nursing, mother and child care. We are also running various skill development training programs across the country. We have our own training centers in Jammu and Kashmir, Bihar, UP, Assam, and several other parts of country, where we are providing customized training for healthcare, nursing attendants, physiotherapists, nurses, and like other government programs under the Skill India missions and under the Ministry of Rural Development. We are providing services to various bodies. We are in the B2C sectors. We are providing services to home care. In B2B, we are providing services to hospitals and corporate services. Apart from that, we are also going to foray into government business. We are going to cater the rural population also under the various government programs. In home care, we are providing living caregivers, elderly cares, skilled nursing care, physiotherapy, and companion care services. In hospitals, we are doing partnership with hospitals for patient care services. They are customized patient care programs. We are supporting various hospitals in Delhi NCR. We have a tie-up with the various hospitals also for these programs. Not only this, we are also incrementing revenue to hospitals also through the repeat customers. In corporate services, we are providing health check, medical room assistance, physiotherapy, elderly care, diet and nutrition. And for this also corporate services, we have a tie with the various companies across the Delhi NCR. Next slide, please. our delivery models. We are operating through various our websites, portals, call centers, app also. Where what we are doing that patients can initiate a call through app, portal, call centers. Once the call coming to us, our qualified paramedic reaches home, and we are not only we are also tracking them through GPS also. We have the GPS services in our app to track both our attendants who is reaching on time or not. In our app, there is a facility of medical history, so patients or our attendants can upload medical history of our patients on app. After that, there will be a complete prescriptions. There will be a complete reports will be generated by the app for the patients. If patient requires any telemedicine services, we have a facility to provide telemedicine through the remote. We have a tie-up with the various hospitals across the country, like we have a tie-up in the Just Look Hospital also through directors of disease. They are also supporting for this telemedicine services. So in this video consultation with the doctors, the paramedic initiate remote consultation with doctors with real-time diagnostic using past medical history and vital records on the data network, fulfilling successfully the last mile between doctor and patient. What is our USP? We have an aggregator platform. Next slide, please.
Actually, yes.
Yeah. These are our USP. We have an aggregator platform connecting veterans to qualified and quality check nursing assistants, nurses, and medical experts. We are assuring quality through internal quality checks of the medical staff to ensure smooth services to the elders. Our Play Store app with a distinct feature, as I told you earlier, that cloud-based storage of doctor reports and daily health records. All the vitals can be recorded there. Medical history of the person, family, and also we are facilitating reports of sharing with the family. Kin and kith, those are sitting in various areas. Suppose people are sitting at Canada and USA, and their parents are here. They can get their shared medical reports in the evening on daily basis. Apart from that, what we think that loneliness is the real problem with the elderly people. So healing, counseling, and motivating offline, online-based healers is our basic services, basic USP we are providing to our elders. Value additions. Next slide, please. Arshad, next slide. Yeah. These are the additional services post-COVID. Service not only provides elder care but also provide various value addition which makes a elder different from others, like diagnostic supports we are providing through our app, through offline and through online also. Also, we have a tie-up with the various stakeholder for the providing organic food like turmeric from the Meghalaya and other part of countries, looking at the post-COVID situation and health of our elderly. We are also providing medical equipments, masks, sanitizers, and others equipments which supports elderly people. Telemedicine supports, I have already mentioned earlier, and psychiatric and mental health guidance and support on regular basis. Our elderly, our patients, those are connected to us, are getting on a regular basis. Yeah. Additional business model. Tie up with the RWF Housing Society and provide them a health attendant and serve the society with the health assistance, psychiatric services, elder care, and many more. Due to current COVID situation and unavailability of beds and a space in hospitals, societies come up with the idea of conversion of clubhouse or common area into isolation ward. Surveyor helps them by providing medically trained staff, attendants, and care providers for their fast recovery. Next slide. Yeah, this is our value proposition. We are working on three values: convenience, quality, and completeness. In convenience, service at the doorstep, pre-scheduled and urgent appointments, trained paramedical staff, looking after the customized services of requirement of elderly people, and 24/7 services. We are open round the clock. In quality, qualified in-house nursing assistants and specialists. We are totally different here from other players in the market. The reason is that we have our own training centers. We have our own skill development training centers where we are providing customized training to our students, keeping in mind requirement of markets. So we are actually fulfilling the need of market, and other players, they don't have their own training centers. So they have a problem, they have a paucity in staff supply of staff. So we have enough staff for not only for today's, for the next 5 years, as we have a mandate of more than 100 crore from the government of India to train nursing paramedical staff for next 5 years. So in quality, qualified in-house nursing assistants and specialists we are able to provide in compared to other players in the market. Verified and trained paramedics, students are studying with us for the more than 6 months. We have all their recordings, their CCTV footage, their biometric attendance, their all KYC, their police verification, everything we have. So patient and customers can trust us, can trust our attendants. So there should not be any hiccups for that tomorrow there might be any problems like thefts, murder, anything. So we have a reliability here. We are reliable in compared to others. Internationally, benchmark and best practice, best clinical protocols we are following, and regularly we are working for that. So we have already tied up with the psychometric test with the leading US company. Use of approved smart devices. We have IoT-based Bluetooth devices. Though we can take vitals on regular basis, that vitals can be automatically generate reports and connected to the telemedicines and our back office staff to provide actual care, customized care according to the need of patient. Completeness, follow-up concerns, service tie-up for pathology, drop to preferred hospitals in case of hospitalization need. We have our own ambulance systems to provide our own patients round-the-clock services if they need any ambulance and if they need help in night also. We have a service tie-up for the medicine delivery also. So these are our value proposition. Next slide, please. Yeah, shortage of medical trained and assistants and nursing staffs. As I mentioned, we have a various training center across the country, and we have mandate of more than 5,000 candidates from the Government of India, Ministry of Rural Development, to train paramedical staff in next 5 years. We have a training centers in Jammu and Kashmir, UP, Bihar, Assam. Apart from that, we are also going to start training centers in South also, like Kerala, Karnataka, and Hyderabad, in other areas. That will help us to expand our services across the country. Next slide, please. Key specialties. Yeah. In home health care, we are providing 24/7 living caregivers, elderly care attention, nursing care, physiotherapy. We have a partnership with renowned hospitals. In Noida, we have a tie with the Prayag hospitals and other hospitals also. We are modified our programs for each patient depending on their needs and requirements. Corporate services, we are providing regular health checkups, medical assistance, physiotherapists, elderly care, diet and nutrition plan to corporate sector also. We have a tie with the various PSU also in this regard. Yeah, for the post-COVID impact and opportunity, my colleague, Mr. Arindam, he will Yeah. Thank you, Arvind.
Good afternoon to you all. And first of all, I would like to thank the India team for giving us a platform to network with all the other stakeholders who might be interested to take forward our vision. Primarily, this company, Delin Surveillance Healthcare Private Limited, is a healthcare startup recently started in 2019, founded by Mr. Dharmendra Kumar. And it is one of the fastest growing healthcare service sector company in India as of now. He has already given you an overview of the kind of services that we are providing to our patients, primarily the elderlies, and also given you the kind of USPs that our company has in terms of training the manpower as per the requirements of the industry. I'll be taking you forward on the various aspects of the demand, so of how the health sector looks like in the country today, and how as you as partners can help us grow in this spectrum. So if I may start now. So primarily on the COVID aspect, when we know that, suddenly this pandemic has taken over and, healthcare has come onto the forefront, and it is a very important aspect of our life. So there is a huge opportunity for the need of trained manpower in the healthcare industry. As we know, we value life. Life is very valued, and with the increase of this COVID-19 pandemic, there is a further need and requirement of service frontline health workers. We are providing specialized training to our trainees in this aspect, so they are able to tide over the present crisis and also can be better trained to provide services in the post-COVID era also. If we can go to the next slide, please. So if I give you statistics of how the elder care looks like in India. So there is a 11.5% of elderlies in India, and out of which there are about 510 million who are residing in the urban areas. And as India is now the second largest country in terms of population, with a huge young population, but in years ahead it would be becoming the aged country also. So, and of course, with present circumstances, the life expectancy is increasing with better healthcare facilities, and with the kind of the scenario unfolding in terms of families being more nuclear, parents, especially the elders, they are being left alone, and because we are all busy chasing our own dreams and goals, and then the seniors and elders, they are getting isolated. Boredom, isolation, mental illness, this is all which are affecting them greatly, and that is where they need a lot of care. And as we see in the slide, that India, the population of the elderly population is around 116 million as of now, wherein about 39 million are in the urban sector only. And in the next 5 years, that population of seniors is going to almost double up to 67 million. And of course, the life expectancy rate from present 68.3% would grow to 71% as well. Can we move to the next slide, please? This is the public expenditure as of now the government of India is doing on the healthcare services. If you see, the graph is steadily rising, and as of now it stands at about 118 US billion dollars. And now as the world is moving towards digitalization, as is India, with the current launch of the healthcare program with the government of India, also Ayushman Bharat also, digitalization of healthcare is going to take, go forward by leaps and bounds. And currently, you see this, the business is about 188 billion. In the next 5 years, it would go up to about 616 billion, which is about 27% hike. And it says that currently the GDP of the public expenditure on health is 1.29, which is expected to grow to 2.5, which are very conservative figures, because the way the government is pushing the healthcare industry, that percentage might also shoot up. Can we move on to the next slide, please? So if I show you the bar graph diagram, so presently if you see the CAGR is growing at a steady pace. It is like skyrocketing, as well as the healthcare expenditure is shooting up because the elderly population is increasing, the healthcare cost is increasing, so is the expenditure. So from the present 96.6%, it is going to grow more. Can we move to the next slide, please? This is where we come with our proposal for all our friends who would be interested to take up the franchisee as well the unit franchisee. So for a master franchisee, all you need is about a area of about 1,500 square feet, wherein approximately 29 lakh of investment is required, which would include a franchisee fee of 5 lakh, wherein you can start earning a 6% on your own unit revenue. Plus, from the training model we had discussed, you can earn up to a 10% additional revenue on the training center. And it would go with a start, we can start with the agreement period of 5 years. This is being offered to the main cities, that is across India. And of course, the area would be determined as we continue discussion further. Talking about unit franchisee, a unit franchisee would be working on under the master franchisee and become an independent unit also, wherein an area of 300 square feet would be required with an investment of around 10 lakh of rupees, which includes with a fee of around 2 lakh for franchisee, wherein they are expected to earn a royalty of 6% on the revenue. The biggest draw in this that in both the models, you are going to have a return period within less than a year period, wherein we say that within 11 months, the master franchisee would be able to gain back, come and get the ROI. Similarly, for unit franchisee, the ROI would be complete in 9 months, which is a very good proposition. I think with this, we come to a close. Archana, if you can move on to the next slide. If there are any questions, we'll be happy to take those questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dharmendraji. Very, very good to have you. And I can really say that you are the only one of the few people I know who have really put a lot of work in this space. And congratulations to you. I think you are, yesterday when I was introducing today's session to our audience, I said, this is the future. Next 10 years, this category has a very, very large demand size. Just for our audience, among the first top 5 franchise businesses globally, Eldercare has come in that, in all other markets. So if you go and just Google yourself and find out what is happening in US, UK, any other place, Eldercare is the top of the line, and the multiple companies, multiple structures available there. India also, because of the urbanization, a lot of changes, kids moving to different locations, they're going cross-border. And everybody has realized there was nothing more important than care for the elders, especially in this pandemic period. And this pandemic period, the most worried were, with parents who are living alone, and they found that there were not adequate care available, and they're not even trained to really do that. So I think Mr. Dharmendra Kumar is addressing a very big problem. This problem is, from a number viewpoint, 67 million people. It's like in many ways, in many countries would be of that size. He's trying to address that problem. 67 million people in next 5 years would be in the category of being elder, and they need care, and they need specialty care, which is from a healthcare viewpoint. So healthcare can further be divided into, preventive, sometimes curative, sometimes wellness based. a lot of therapies, a lot of structures. So this we will talk about it. But they also need a lot of value-added services. Today they need everything. They need help from doing their banking. They need help for handling their basic purchases. They need help for getting a medicine at home. They need a basic test to be organized and periodically to understand and structure that. So all these are, and I think this is, I would say, a very honest and very, responsible franchise. It's a lot of franchises are not very responsible, in terms of, they're done for making money. While we all do business for making money, but this is also creating a lot of great value to our elders, and we are able to pass that. So let's, I'll split the, Mr. Kumar, in the questions into 4 different parts. And first we will talk about the industry itself, while you have given an overview, but let's go into industry and also explain us what is the business, how the, your kind of services you charge, if the people take only for a day or they take full time, and what kind of, demand you're seeing. And let's take one example of, say, Delhi NCR or any other place. How many households you are currently addressing? How many households you are currently addressing? So I'll talk about the business industry itself first. Let's talk about industry, then we'll go to business model. We'll go deeper into business model. In business model also, we'll talk about how much you really charge per member when you home you charge. Are you charged by hours or you charge a monthly basis? So we'll talk about that. Then we'll get into your franchise and the financial model of the franchise. But let's finish the first 2 parts, the industry and the business model. Over to you, sir.
Thank you.
Business model, as I just mentioned, we have got 2 kinds of business model, one for the master franchisee and one for the unit franchise. As we had mentioned earlier, for the master franchisee, there is a requirement of around 1600 square feet of an area, and it would require an investment of around 29 lakh of rupees. And they would be able to gain back, the kind of the ROI within the period of 11 months.
So I will let Archana, can you bring the slide back, because if you're discussing financial model, I would like to discuss and put the elaboration. So there are 2 तरह के model available हैं. एक है master franchise, and master franchise का भी हम जानना चाहेंगे, are you giving master franchise state wise, कुमार साहब, या हम state wise दे रहे हैं?
We are, yes, state wise and big cities. If I talk about Maharashtra, we can have like Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur, and smaller states.
Big cities या states, जहाँ पर जैसे पूरी state, वहाँ पर हम पूरा state दे सकते हैं, नहीं तो master. As a master, आपके
Uttarakhand, like Uttarakhand, it can be just Dehradun. So if Dehradun we have a master franchisee, they can take care of the entire Uttarakhand state. The smaller states, they can have one franchisee. Bigger states, bigger cities, depending on the the economics, so we can have more master franchisees.
अगर हम बात करें cities की, तो जैसे वाराणसी हो गया, पटना हो गया, रांची हो गए, यहाँ भी काफी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है. चंडीगढ़ बहुत ही बढ़िया मार्केट है. जयपुर की मार्केट काफी अच्छी है. हैदराबाद में हमेशा रिक्वायरमेंट आ रहे हैं. तो आप देखेंगे कि हाँ, जो मिड सिटी है, ग्रेड बी सिटी है, ग्रेड ए सिटी है, इन दोनों में काफी अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी है.
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं आप, क्योंकि यहाँ से बहुत सारे बच्चे जो होते हैं वो बाहर काम करने आते हैं. अब जैसे बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद से बोलेंगे तो वहाँ से आईटी के लोग हैं, वो बाहर चले जाते हैं करने के लिए, उनके पेरेंट्स पीछे अकेले होते हैं. ऐसे ही पटना, रांची में भी जो बच्चे वहाँ से पढ़ते हैं या वहाँ करने के लिए, वो जॉब्स के लिए दिल्ली, बॉम्बे, बैंगलोर और सब जगह आते हैं, और तब उनके पेरेंट्स वहाँ पे होते हैं. बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी इन दीज सिटीज. यू विल सी एवरी होम हैज सम एल्डर्स लिविंग देयर, एंड दे, बिकॉज देयर एंसेस्ट्रल होम्स आर देयर, उनके एंसेस्ट्रल बिजनेसेस वहाँ पर होते हैं, तो वो लोग वहीं रहते हैं. सो बिग अपॉर्चुनिटी इन दीज सिटीज. सो दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मास्टर फ्रेंचाइज में 2 तरह से है. अगर बड़ा सिटी है तो एक्सक्लूसिविटी आपको उस पूरे सिटी की मिलेगी. अगर एक स्टेट है, जैसे उत्तराखंड की बात की, तो वो पूरी स्टेट आपको एज ए मास्टर मिलेगी. आपके 2 बिजनेस होंगे उसमें. एक तो आप यूनिट पायलट चलाएंगे, अपना अपना यूनिट बनाएंगे जहां पर आप सर्विस देंगे, विल कम बैक टू यूनिट, और एक आप ट्रेनिंग सेंटर भी डालेंगे, और ट्रेनिंग सेंटर भी आपका डलता है। और जो रॉयल्टी है आप 6% देते हैं अपने यूनिट सेंटर के ऊपर, आप रॉयल्टी देते हैं कंपनी को, और 10% देते हैं ट्रेनिंग सेंटर के ऊपर। तो आपके 2 बिजनेस बन जाते हैं एज अ मास्टर। सो आपकी इनकम जो है एज अ मास्टर कई चीजों में आती है। एक तो आप आगे फ्रेंचाइज करते हैं अपनी स्टेट के अंदर, जैसे आपने अगर एक स्टेट ले ली तो उसके अंदर अगर आप 10 आगे फ्रेंचाइज करेंगे तो उससे भी जो स्प्लिट ऑफ फ्रेंचाइज फीस होगा उसमें से आपको शेयर मिलेगा। तो एक तो वो इनकम होती है आपकी, दूसरी आपको रॉयल्टी का शेयर मिलता है, और तीसरा आपको ट्रेनिंग के जो आप मेंबर देते हैं अपने फ्रेंचाइजी के थ्रू अपने फ्रेंचाइजीज को, तो उसमें भी आपकी इनकम आती है। तो मल्टीपल इनकम्स कम इन दैट। तो अब ये 29 लाख रुपीस की अगर बात करें तो इसका स्प्लिट क्या क्या होगा, ट्रेनिंग सेंटर पे कितना पैसा लगेगा और उस पे, क्योंकि 5 लाख रुपए तो फ्रेंचाइज फीस है और 24 लाख रुपीस केपेक्स है। तो ये केपेक्स किस चीज पे है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे है?
कैपेक्स अपना मेन लैब पे जाता है। अगर हम हेल्थ केयर की बात करें तो हेल्थ केयर की जो लैब होती है दैट विल कॉस्ट यू अबाउट 8 to 10 लाख रुपीस। उसमें सारे इक्विपमेंट्स होते हैं जो कि जीडीए को, पैरामेडिक्स को चाहिए। इसके अलावा हम लोग जनरल ड्यूटी असिस्टेंट के अलावा इमरजेंसी जो मेडिकल होते हैं उसकी भी सारी ट्रेनिंग करवाते हैं। तो अगर जीडीए और ईएमटी दोनों के लैब को अगर जोड़ेंगे दैट विल कॉस्ट यू अबाउट मोर देन 10 लाख रुपीस। इसके अलावा एक आईटी का लैब होगा जहां पे हम 10 से 15 कंप्यूटर लगाते हैं, बच्चों को हम कंप्यूटर की ट्रेनिंग देते हैं। सॉफ्ट स्किल में अगर बात करें हम तो उसके लिए हमें प्रोजेक्टर की जरूरत पड़ती है। ये सारे जो इक्विपमेंट्स हैं दैट विल कॉस्ट यू अबाउट 15 लाख। उसके ऊपर जो 7-8 लाख रुपए हैं दैट इज ऑन द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फॉर द ब्रांडिंग, उसके जो फिल्म है उसके लिए।
सो टोटल इन्वेस्टमेंट जो है 15 लाख रुपए इक्विपमेंट पे लगती है, जिसमें 2 लैब्स हैं, एक कंप्यूटर सेंटर है, और बैलेंस जो है वो इंटीरियर और ब्रांडिंग और कम्युनिकेशन डिजाइन में बनती है। 5 लाख रुपए आपकी फ्रेंचाइज फीस है। इट्स अ वेरी गुड बिजनेस फॉर अ फुल स्टेट का, आप मास्टर ले सकते हैं और पूरी स्टेट आप पूरी डेवलप कर सकते हैं। और जो ट्रेनिंग सेंटर के कुमार साहब बच्चे हैं वो जरूरी नहीं कि अपने नेटवर्क में भी रहें, वो कहीं और भी एम्प्लॉय हो सकते हैं। तो ट्रेनिंग अपने आप में एक बिजनेस है। हाँ तो
रिपीट कस्टमर होते हैं, रिपीट एम्प्लॉय होते हैं।
हाँ, तो पैरामेडिकल की बहुत बड़ी डिमांड है आजकल, उसमें भी स्पेशलाइजेशन है, एम्बुलेंस ऑपरेटर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट है, इसकी ऑपरेटर, हर एक छोटे से छोटे एलिमेंट जो है हेल्थ केयर के अंदर, उनके अंदर पैरामेडिकल्स की अलाउड रिक्वायरमेंट है। इसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने भी बहुत बड़े प्रोग्राम्स रन किए हैं, लेकिन अभी भी ये इतना बड़ा डिमांड साइड है कि इसको फुलफिल नहीं किया रहा। तो इसमें लॉट ऑफ प्राइवेट इनिशिएटिव हैज टू बी डन टू क्रिएट दोज कैपेबिलिटीज, एंड होम हेल्थ केयर इज ओनली वन पार्ट ऑफ इट, बट there is a lot of other demand side which is coming in. When you run centers like these, they would also be observed by other healthcare players, hospitals, basic, so all these places are also would observe them that. Now जो franchise आगे जो बनाता है मास्टर, उसमें क्या split होगा franchise fees उनके साथ और अपना?
सर जनरली जो मास्टर फ्रेंचाइजी हैं तो उनमें 3 लाख का फर्क पड़ता है। जैसे 2 लाख की जो रॉयल्टी हमें आ रही है वो 3 लाख की रॉयल्टी जो एडिशनल रॉयल्टी है वो उनको जा रहा है, मास्टर पर फ्रेंचाइजी उनको फी आ रहे हैं।
अच्छा, तो जो
अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट जो हमारे ट्रेंड बच्चे हैं उन बच्चों को भी अप स्किलिंग करनी पड़ती है, रीस्किलिंग करनी पड़ती है। तो करियर प्रोग्रेशन में आगे बढ़ेंगे तो उनकी रीस्किलिंग, उनकी अप स्किलिंग, ये दो ट्रेनिंग और मॉड्यूल आ जाएंगे मास्टर फ्रेंचाइजी को, दैट विल गिव देम एडिशनल रेवेन्यू।
सो अपस्किलिंग और दोबारा जो स्किल के लिए ट्रेनिंग करनी पड़ती है, तो उसके लिए भी अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत अच्छी बन जाती है। और आई विल कम बैक टू कि हम अपने मास्टर को कैसे ट्रेन करते हैं, कि हम कैसे जो उनका ट्रेनिंग सेंटर है तो उसको ट्रेन करने के लिए हमारे भी ट्रेनर्स जाते हैं जो वहाँ पे पहले ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, या लोकल स्टाफ को हम हायर करके सेटअप करते हैं?
नहीं, हमारे ट्रेनर जाते हैं, मास्टर ट्रेनर हमारे पास में है, तो क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सर्टिफाइड होते हैं। ये गवर्नमेंट की एक प्रोग्राम होती है टीओटी, ट्रेनिंग ऑफ ट्रेनर्स, तो उससे सर्टिफाइड कैंडिडेट होते हैं, वही हमारे मास्टर ट्रेनर होते हैं। ये जाकर के शुरू में 1 महीना 15 डेज उनको हैंड होल्ड करेंगे, वहां के स्टाफ को ट्रेन करेंगे लोकल, उसके बाद में फिर ये मास्टर फ्रेंचाइजी अपना उसको आगे परस्यू करना शुरू करेंगे। इसके अलावा हमारे पास में असेसमेंट का वीकली मंथली सारा असेसमेंट का अपने सॉफ्टवेयर है, तो हम हर महीने हर वीक में उसको असेस करेंगे कि क्या प्रोग्रेस है।
See, in the training part, it is a very defined training program. Training.
I think we lost them. So this is a master franchise. Master franchise की कई
certificates that are awarded आता है training center से, वो भारत में नहीं, भारत के अलावा विश्व में किसी भी अगर कंट्री में जाता है, वो सर्टिफिकेट वैलिड टू सीक एम्प्लॉयमेंट इन दैट पर्टिकुलर कंट्री बिकॉज इट इज वेरीफाइड रेटेड बाय द इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो आप बच्चा सिर्फ डोमेस्टिक रिक्वायरमेंट के लिए नहीं तैयार कर रहे हो, आप इंटरनेशनल वर्कफोर्स बना रहे हैं.
जैसे एग्जांपल सर, जापान में वहां पे 65% पॉपुलेशन एल्डरली है, तो वहां हमारी टाइप की बात चल रही है. तो जो हमारे नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बच्चे हैं, अगर हमारे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में कोई मास्टर फ्रेंचाइजी आता है, दे विल हैव अ फैसिलिटी टू ट्रेन. उनको एक लैंग्वेज सिखानी होती है N5, जो जापान के लिए जापानी लैंग्वेज होती है और रिक्वायर्ड होती है. उस 2 महीने की ट्रेनिंग में, 2 महीने की लैंग्वेज की ट्रेनिंग के बाद में वो बच्चे डायरेक्टली जापान में प्लेस हो सकते हैं. इनकी काफी अच्छी वैल्यू मिलती है. पर पैरामेडिक मिनिमम 2 लाख रुपए की सैलरी होती है वहां, और ऐसे काफी लाख में रिक्वायरमेंट है, 3 लाख की रिक्वायरमेंट है वहां. तो जो हमारे मास्टर फ्रेंचाइजी नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बनते हैं, क्योंकि वो बच्चे वहां पे एक्सेंट के वे में प्लस काम के वे में एडजस्ट कर जाते हैं जापान में. तो इस तरह के कई अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमारे पास में है, अलग अलग. सेम साउथ के लिए है कि साउथ के बच्चे जापान में बड़े आराम से वहां पे एडजस्ट करते हैं थ्रू दिस प्रोग्राम. तो वहां पे हमें सिर्फ जापानी लैंग्वेज की ट्रेनिंग देती है, दैट इज 60 डेज कोर्स फॉर द N5 लेवल लैंग्वेज.
वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. तो ये इसमें जो अपॉर्चुनिटी ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम की है, इसमें बहुत बड़ी डिमांड. इंडिया ने पहले भी सर्विस की है. वी वर द वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट, इंडिया एंड फिलिपिनो वर द 2 large suppliers for paramedical healthcare in the world, and Kerala was leading it from their perspective, and we also had seen in Punjab, but now the demand is coming from all over. नॉर्थ ईस्ट में बहुत बड़ी डिमांड है जापान जाने की. ऐसे ही अभी एक बहुत बड़ा प्रोग्राम चल रहा है साउथ के अंदर फॉर जर्मनी में बहुत बड़ी डिमांड है, क्योंकि जर्मनी में 2 लाख से ज्यादा की इमीडिएट डिमांड है. वहां पर भी आपको एक उनका लैंग्वेज टेस्ट होता है और एक बेसिक टेस्ट पेपर होता है, तो फिर आप कर सकते हैं. तो ये ट्रेनिंग सिर्फ जो ट्रेनिंग सेंटर आप बना रहे हैं, ये सिर्फ डोमेस्टिक डिमांड को एड्रेस करने के लिए, जबकि डोमेस्टिक डिमांड तो बहुत बड़ी है इंडिया के अंदर, लेकिन यू आर ऑल्सो प्रिपेयरिंग देम एज अ प्रोफेशनल्स दैट दे कैन बी ऑब्जर्व्ड इन द market. So it's a very good business, a training business also. Apart from home healthcare, it's a very big academy business which can become a interesting. Now let's go on a unit franchise. जो यूनिट फ्रेंचाइज है वो 10 लाख रुपए का है, उसमें 2 लाख रुपए फ्रेंचाइज फीस है. 8 लाख रुपए का क्या ब्रेकअप होगा?
तो 8 लाख का जो ब्रेकअप है, इट प्राइमरली इज अ सेंटर सेटअप कॉस्ट, विच वो करीब 2.25 लाख रुपए का होता है, और करीब 2.25 लाख रुपए का जो खर्चा है वो करीब है फॉर वेरियस इक्विपमेंट्स फॉर द ऑफिस ऑटोमेशन प्रोडक्ट्स. आपके कूलर है, प्रिंटर्स हैं, इन ऑफिस इक्विपमेंट, CCTV है, वो करीब खर्चा आएगा. करीब 1 लाख रुपए का खर्चा आएगा आपका मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट्स में, और 1 लाख रुपए का खर्चा आएगा आपका फॉर द टेकिंग ऑफ टेकिंग वेरियस लाइसेंसेस एंड एवरीथिंग. सो ये ब्रेकअप है मोटा मोटा, जो है 10 लाख रुपए का है यूनिट फ्रेंचाइजी का, which can be started in a small area of 300 square feet, which doesn't require much of a space.
हाँ, किसी के पास अपनी स्पेस हो तो ये बहुत अच्छा है. 300 स्क्वायर फीट का आपको एरिया चाहिए, कुछ लाइसेंसेस लेने हैं, थोड़ा बहुत इक्विपमेंट है, बेसिक इंटीरियर है 1-2 लाख रुपए का. अगर आपके पास इंटीरियर ऑफिस है तो आप कर सकते हैं. तो इसमें दे हैव टू हायर सम पीपल फॉर द फर्स्ट राउंड. कैसे वर्क करता है? कितने लोग आपको इनिशियली हायर करने पड़ते हैं?
इनिशियली हायर करने के लिए आपको 4 से 5 लोग की चाहिए. टोटल इफ आई से वी वुड दिस वुड रिक्वायर अराउंड 7 पीपल. 7 लोगों की जरूरत है, wherein I am talking including the center coordinator. तो वी वुड हैव जो ब्रेकअप होगा कि एक जना होगा जो बेसिकली बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट करेगा, एक होगा जो मैन पावर सप्लाई में रहेंगे, सोर्सिंग में जो मैन पावर के रिक्वायरमेंट होगी वो करेंगे, एक ऑपरेशन मैनेजर होंगे जो डिप्लॉयमेंट देखेंगे, एक आपके हेल्थ केयर सर्टिफाइड नर्स होंगे, एक फील्ड बॉय होगा और एक स्टाफ क्लीनर. तो स्टाफ रिक्वायरमेंट इज वेरी लेस, इट इज अराउंड अप्रोक्स 7 पीपल, जिसका खर्चा मोटा मोटा 1.5 लाख रुपए का सैलरी कॉस्ट हमने ले रखा है इसमें.
और अब अर्निंग पोटेंशियल पे बात करें तो क्या चार्ज करते हैं हम पर कैंडिडेट और
per service? It depends on the the situation of the patient का जो situation है, patient critical है, ICU में है, या has been discharged from the hospital, और रेगुलर कंपेनियन केयर की जरूरत है, फिजियोथेरेपी की जरूरत है, या आपको just आपको डेली एक्टिविटीज के लिए, तो इट रेंजेस एंड डिपेंड्स ऑन द काइंड ऑफ सर्विसेज, the situation of the patient, the client, and the services, and also duration. किसी को 12 घंटे की जरूरत होती है, किसी को 24। तो हमारे जो सर्विसेज हैं प्राइमरली 12 घंटे और 24 घंटे का होता है। एंड इट ऑल्सो डिपेंड्स, आपको कभी कभी होता है कि नर्स चाहिए सिर्फ 7 दिन के लिए, बट कंपेनियन केयर जो आपको चाहिए हो सकता है महीने भर के लिए चाहिए या 2 महीने के लिए चाहिए। तो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स, इट इज वेरी फ्लूइड। So depending on situation and everything, we charge the fees.
And just to arbitrage करने के लिए, क्योंकि जितने भी people based business होते हैं इनमें एक वो होता है कि भाई हम अगर एक X cost पे हमारे पास एक हायर करते हैं, जैसे हमने एक मेंबर को हायर किया 20,000 पे, तो वो कितना yield निकाल सकता है एक मैन पावर
मंथली अराउंड उसके जो हम निकालते हैं करीब 50 is what
2.5 की यील्ड होती है। अगर आप कोई भी मेंबर आप लेते हैं तो उसका 2.5 का आपको यील्ड निकालना पड़ता है। दैट इज अ कॉस्ट करने के लिए। तो ये बहुत पीपल पे है। अगर आपका 10 लोग हैं और 10 लोग की आपकी 2 लाख रुपए सैलरी है, तो आप 2.5 से मल्टीप्लाई करके आप उतनी यील्ड निकालते हैं अपनी सर्विस प्रोवाइड करके। एंड इट इज स्टिल वेरी वेरी चीप फ्रॉम व्हाट दे वुड गेट इट फ्रॉम हॉस्पिटल्स एंड एंटायर थिंग। तो पेशेंट के लिए भी बहुत वैल्यूएबल रहता है, क्योंकि वो घर में अपने एनवायरनमेंट में सर्विसेज ले सकता है, और कंपनी के लिए भी बहुत बेनिफिशियल होता है। शुरू में आपको अच्छे रेफरेंस पॉइंट जोड़ने पड़ते हैं, कुछ हॉस्पिटल्स, कुछ नर्सिंग होम्स से आपको अलाइनमेंट करनी पड़ती है, तो वो आपको रेफरेंस देते हैं। कुछ रेफरेंस फी भी उनको देनी पड़ती है, रेफरल फी जिसे कहते हैं। लेकिन फिर वो वंस यू हैव दैट हाउस एंड पीपल स्टार्ट टेकिंग योर सर्विसेज, एंड इनके पास सारे लोग रजिस्टर्ड हैं, उनकी सारी पेडिग्री है, इन्हीं के स्कूल में पढ़े हुए हैं। जब इनके स्कूल से पढ़ के आते हैं, एकेडमी करके आते हैं, तो उसका पूरा एक प्रोग्राम उनको पता होता है, उसकी सारा बैकग्राउंड चेक होता है, उसकी पुलिस वेरिफिकेशन होती है, एवरीथिंग होती है। तो सेफ्टी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, ट्रस्ट व्यू पॉइंट से, दिस इज अ वेरी बिग सर्विस। बहुत सारे एग्रीगेटर आए थे मार्केट में, जो टेक्नोलॉजी एग्रीगेटर थे, उनके बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस आए, क्योंकि वो चैलेंजेस ये थे कि वो आपको किसी को रेफर कर देते थे, लेकिन ऑथेंटिसिटी पता नहीं होती थी। तभी मोस्ट ऑफ द एग्रीगेटर्स स्टार्टेड फेलिंग, बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर सेंडिंग समबडी टू टेक केयर ऑफ हेल्थ for your loved ones and you're not sure कौन आदमी आ रहा है, तो वो सारी सर्विसेज में बहुत सारी कंप्लेंट्स मार्केट में आई, बहुत सारे वो स्ट्रक्चर आए। तो दिस इज हाउ द स्ट्रक्चर वुड बी। आई वुड लाइक टू नाउ इनवाइट सोनिया फॉर योर comments, and a lot of questions are coming in, and I will also like to tell audience, if you are interested in a franchise for elder care, you need to really get on to writing on our hotline number, and we'll be more than happy to really help you to reach out to them. Okay, Elder sir.
Thank you so much, Dharmender ji and Mr. Paul. To start off, maybe I like to comment. Managing elderly care has been a very, very specialized category, and equally challenging at the same time. While there had been multiple service providers, but most of them have been extremely unorganized in the past, and that is because of the ecosystem, which has many stakeholders, consumer, and then his care needs are very unique, and then it also requires care services and maybe collaboration with service providers primarily. And so today what we need is collaborative, integrated, and most important, user-centric services at this point in time, which many I would say unorganized players are not providing at this point in time. I'll take up some questions, and the first and foremost question which I would like to pick up is on maybe the licenses, permits, or certifications which is required at the franchisee level.
See, currently there is no regulation from the government regarding operation of such healthcare service providers. It's very much an unorganized market. But yes, for the personnel that we are providing, our basic attendants, they are all trained by us, and as we have already mentioned, they are provided certificates from the Healthcare Sector Skill Council of India. So they carry the basic certification. Or nurse ke liye, of course, they have the requisite certificates and degrees from the respected institutes and university and nursing colleges. Those are valid. So we go on the manpower who are already trained and are enough experienced and that is our USP. Unlike other organized players, we are only providing trained manpower in the industry.
One certification that you talked about is around the manpower, but for running and running these day-to-day operations at any location, is there any kind of license which is required by the
No, as of now there is no license required. As of now there is no. We can run it just like that. But yes, I don't know. Different states might have their own such licensing programs. But we are not aware of any such licensing which is going on any particular state.
Okay.
There is one, but that is only for domestic workers. But for healthcare workers, because you need licenses to run security companies and domestic worker companies. But right now, nothing has been implemented for the healthcare service providers.
Okay.
So this is pretty open market.
All right. Now, because you currently operate out of Delhi NCR, would you want to prioritize? I think we have Mr. Yush. He's particularly wanting for Delhi as a city. When we look at a franchise for a city like Delhi, would the entire state can also be given, or maybe the entire city, is one question which I want to ask. And second, which
it can be,
sorry?
It can be explored. It's the territory can explode. Depending on the amount of business, because we would also like to evaluate the kind of business that can be generated. So depending on the territory and the economic criteria of a particular city or a state, we can take a call whether to have one franchisee or more than one franchise.
Okay. And would you want to also maybe expand on typical choice or profile of franchisees? What backgrounds the prospect ideally should come from, and any experience which they require, and any trainings specifically which is given. We've already talked about that, but would you want to expand on the profile of people who can become a franchisee, and is there a difference between a master franchisee profile and a unit franchise profile?
See, as of now, this is the age of startups, and if you see the current startup the trend, it is all things done by youngsters who are quitting their high-paying jobs and coming on the forefront and taking up this thing. So, as a per se qualification, of course, we would definitely feel good if somebody who's qualified, because the wavelength matches. So, of course, educational background would definitely make a difference, and of course, entrepreneurial spirit. If the person has a vision, because this particular industry is not just about providing services, it's also about caring for the elders. So person with some bit of empathy, with social cause, and of course to do business, has got all the aspects, you definitely would like to partner with them.
Okay. And what kind of area can a unit franchisee operate in? And how is that calculated? For a unit, master would own the entire region, but for a unit franchisee to operate, what kind of area is given to him to operate within?
See, it would depending again going back on the kind of business. Say, for example, if I take the city of Mumbai. So Mumbai again, we can have West Mumbai, Central Mumbai, East Mumbai split into 3 master franchisee, and then depending on the location like Andheri or Bandra or Khar, unit franchises can be for a particular area, say geographical location of around 5 square kilometers, where high-end societies are there, so that would all be we can calculate once we get the response, and we look into the probability and the economic aspect of a particular city or an area.
All right. Now, if I want to maybe, help our audience understand a little bit on the obligation of the franchisee, what all activities has his involvement? One obviously is fulfillment of these services, but at the same time, he will also be involved in acquisition of potential or strategic partnerships, maybe with the hospitals and clinics. So that being one, and you also mentioned you have current tie-ups with certain hospitals. Now, if these tie-ups are at the national level, maybe, you know, if these are extended to the franchisee who's operating in that region, which is outside, say, Delhi, is that something which the company will also help with?
Yes, currently, as we talked about digital health, and in digital health, we are talking about telemedicine. So when we are talking about telemedicines, we are connecting with doctors who are there across the country. So we have footprints across the country, and we have got network of associated hospitals which are there throughout the country. So it is Bangalore, it is Mumbai, it is Delhi, and we are further expanding. So in the virtual world today, you know, it is not about one. So a doctor sitting in Mumbai can provide his consultation to a person sitting in Kerala also.
Sure.
So the distance doesn't matter anywhere. And when we are going up for this tie-ups, we are doing it on a national platform. And this platform would be further extended to our franchisee partners as well.
Okay. Now,
Locally, sorry, and locally also, if they are able to do tie-ups with their local hospitals, you know, of course, those are also welcome.
okay. Now, I think I'll take one question, which is primarily on the various services which are being provided. While there are array of services being provided, which of these services are which are more frequent than the others? And typical, you know, what is the average ticket price? Maybe if you want to give, you know, the low ticket size and the higher ticket size, average ticket size. While I understand it would vary across the segment, but just to give maybe little understanding, how would it be if somebody is taking one-off service, if it is assisted living, which goes beyond maybe month, 2 months, 3 months, typically what kind of amount or average ticket price would the patient or the elderly end up giving?
So we have category of our associates also. So the services that we are providing is home care services, which is primarily an attendant. Secondly, we are providing nursing attendants. This is only for patients who have been discharged from hospitals and probably they require every day some kind of test, because only nurses can do invasiveness, because you know attendants are not authorized to do. And then we provide services to critical patients also who may be in the hospitals or maybe having discharged from hospitals, but they require daily care. So this is critical. This is high-end services. Then we provide services like baby care also, for the newborns or the young children. So these are and we provide services on telemedicines also. Okay. And going forward, we'll also be providing services on diagnostic also, which will be app-based and everything, because we are launching our medical vans, which will be equipped with such diagnostic labs, which can, do the diagnosis of a patient and provide them instant results over an app. Coming back to the services, of course, clients have got various budgets, low end to high end. So typically, like we have like freshers who have just passed out. So of course we can offer them at a lower price. And then there is the certification plus the experience matters. So we start off with a price band of around 700 rupees per hour, and it goes to 1500, 2000 rupees per hour. And talking about packages, of course, if the client is willing to take the services for a longer duration, there we get into the act of providing them with some discounts. So that is where, depending on the duration of service that is required, then comes the discount factor.
Okay. Well, you just mentioned about baby care services. So these will be added, or these currently exist? Because we had one of our viewers, while he talked about kids, but baby as a segment, is that active, or this still needs to be?
Yes, it's active also. It is active.
So apart from elder care, baby services, somebody who's opting for a franchisee will have both these services integrated.
Yes, yes.
Helpful, Mr. Singh.
One, visit our website also, www.serveelder.com, and we have the services listed there. Okay, so there are primarily, we are yet to add on the telemedicine part and the diagnostic part to that. which will be launching by next month.
Sure. I think maybe I'll take a moment to show the website for everyone who perhaps wants to see that, and we have. These are the various services which includes critical nursing, baby care, physiotherapist, and also COVID care services which are being
Yes.
provided by the company.
Yes. So COVID care, this is a specialized service we have just launched. Primarily two types of COVID care we are providing. One is providing attendance on a 24/7 basis to a client at their location. And one is setting up of isolation bays in different RWAs in the societies, where the societies provide us with the infra. We provide them with nurse, with an attendant, and with a housekeeping, and with a diagnostic person who will come every day to undertake a test, and a doctor who is also visiting the facility every day. So this is if a society wants to come up with an isolation bay for the residents of that particular society, probably a 4-bed, 6-bed, 8-bedded society.
Great.
And this we are doing as per the regulations of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India.
Okay. Very, very helpful, Mr. Paul and Mr. Kumar. I think this session was very insightful. We have some of our viewers who have asked for a presentation, and if we can take it up maybe 101 with all of them sometime in this coming week. We have Mr. Sanjeev Gupta and Mr. Anand also from Gurgaon. They perhaps wanted to have a detailed discussion, and if you're available sometime in this week, do you see a possibility of us fixing up 101 maybe call with the interested prospects with you, or do you want to advise maybe a date which we can announce today?
No, surely depending on, we can have a schedule this because we do not know what are the dates. We also have, a lot of queries coming in, plus operationally also we are quite involved. So we can have a schedule depending on their convenience and our convenience. We can have a common date and schedule fixed so that we can have these sessions.
You're on mute.
22nd if you're free, तो 22nd को हम कुछ meetings आके organize कर देते हैं.
22nd.
We will let you know by today evening around 27. What is the timeline?
मतलब in the day we will organize maybe video calls or something like that.
22nd, I guess he has a meeting scheduled with the ministry. So probably 23rd.
हाँ ठीक है 23rd any date because I want to give the audience कि वो अगर किसी को करना है तो वो अपना एक date block कर ले उससे तक हम qualify कर लेंगे 23rd.
Yeah, 22nd actually there's a presentation scheduled with the Niti Aayog. So 23rd if you can schedule.
Okay, 23rd no problem. We can do 23rd. So for everybody who wants to be part of this one-on-one discussions, please reach out. 27th we will have a discovery day with the brand to take you one-on-one discussions.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
It was nice having you all, and thank you, Mr. Maria and Ms. Sonia and the other team members of Franchise India for providing and arranging this session. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Paul.
Thank you, Balaji. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear participants. Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, dear participants and attendees who have attended today's session. We are organizing one-to-one interaction with Mr. Paul and Mr. Kumar on 23rd. Please book your slot at our business hotline number, which is there on your chat box, which is 97176 83838. That's the number where you can book your slot. We do invite your suggestions, feedback to improve our process and to help you with all probable solutions. You can connect with the management team of Franchise India at the LinkedIn ID. That's the information on your screen. We would like to thank Mr. Kumar as well as Mr. Paul for all your efforts in preparing this presentation and supporting us for this webinar. We really appreciate that. We would like to extend our thanks to our panel member, Mr. Gaurav Maria and Sonia Chaudhary, for sharing their advice to us. Before we go, we invite you for tomorrow's webinar. Tomorrow, we are inviting you all for 119th episode of Business Opportunity with Chai series. Again, our attempt to provide you a a brand which is creating difference in market. It's India's first professionally scaled portable sanitation and waste management company. 3S Saraplast company is coming, and Mr. Rajiv Khev, who is a founder at 3S, presenting his business idea tomorrow to each one of you. Please do registration today. At the same business hotline number, you'll get a registration from our side. Do registration today so that you get confirmation mail, and tomorrow we would love to have you on webinar at sharp at 12 p.m. Thank you so much everyone for joining us today. Have a great day. Get a good care of yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.